Hello composers, Mike here. In this video I have 7 tips and tricks for you on how to use the locators and selection area in Logic Pro X. Let me show you all these 7 tips right now. I will also give you a bonus tip in the end of this video. Alright, so let's dive deep into this little guy up here. These selection markers, also referred to as the left locator over here and the right locator, and sometimes referred to as the cycle area. The primary use of the selection area is of course to loop a region inside your composition. So let's say I start from 9 here. Then it goes to the beginning of the selection and starts over and over like this. Now let's go deeper than that with 7 tips and tricks on using the locators in Logic Pro X. Tip 1. Automatically set the left and right locators, and you can do this in several ways. But first you need to right click up here on the cycle selection button and set Auto Set Locators. And if you check here, you have 3 ways of auto setting the locators that you can check here by region selection. So let's say I select these, look what happens now. It selects those. And if I have the marquee selection, so let's use the marquee tool and do like this, I can get that. And also even by note selection. So let's go into here. So if I select a note here, it takes this bar. If I select this one, it takes this bar. If I select a note that is overlapping on 2 bars, it will select 2 bars. Tip 2. Manually set the left and right locator. I personally have this Auto Set Locators turned off because I want to choose which region and part I want to set the locators to. And to do this, you use the key command U. So you can select, for example, these 4 parts. When I press U, that manually selects the left-right locator to be at the left point of the selection and the right to the right. However, when you use the key command U to select a region, for example this one, it will automatically round the locators to a full bar. So if I press U here, it will take the bar 5 here. If I want to really get detail and only set the right and left locator to a subdivision like this beat here, you have to use the key command Command U. This way you can get a precise left and right locator to any selection, or for example a marquee tool. If I select these and then press Command U, it will select those. I can even go super detailed and select only, let's say, this note here, and it takes a super short selection. Tip 3. Skip cycle selection. So let's say you are listening to your track here, but you don't want to listen to a specific part of it. You want the playhead to continue after a certain point. Well, if you select, for example, this bar here, select the regions, press U to select that as the cycle. Now, if you command click on the region here, on the selection tool, now if you command click on the selection here, it changes color and you see these little arrows here, which means when I play this, the playhead will continue from here, jump over this selection and continue here, like so. And you can use this, for example, if you want to test if you really need this part here. Perhaps you want to delete this bar in the entire track and simply continue from here to here. Well, you can try listening to this in this way first and then deleting that part. And this takes us directly to tip number 4, which is to cut everything between the left and right locator. First, let's bring this back by command left clicking on it. And now if you right click or control left click to get this menu, you can use cut section between locators. So this means that Logic will cut exactly from the left locator and the right locator and remove this entire bar from the sequence. Let's check it out. Like so. Tip 5. Insert silence between locators. So let's say you have your track here going towards a big chorus at this point. Well, you might want to insert silence for 1 bar to make a big boom and sub bass drop or something, to make a drop before the chorus hits. Then you need to first select a bar here in the beginning of the new power section, like so. Press U to make the left and right locators bar here. Now, again, right click or control left click here and choose Insert Silence Between Locators. And now you get a full bar of silence before the chorus hits. And now we can insert sound effects, booms or whatever to make this big drop before the climax hits for the chorus section here. Tip 6. Duplicate parts between locators. So for example, you can of course use the arrangement track for this, but let's say you are not using that, but you want to repeat, let's say, these 4 bars. Select them, press U to make this selection here, left and right locator, and again, right click or control left click and choose Repeat Section Between Locators, like so. Logic cuts the parts at the point of the locators and then repeats this entire section again over here. Tip 7. Split parts at locators. So let's say you want to create new regions here for some of your tracks or all of your tracks here in your project to, for example, do selection-based processing or copy a part right from here to another track or whatever. Well, first make the selection, then you need to select which tracks you want to create new parts within. You can use Command A to select everything, but you can also, for example, only select these and then right click or control left click. And here you have split regions and events at locators, and look what happens. This dialog comes up, split, that's what we want. So now we have new regions here for the tracks that I have had selected before and for the left and right locator region. Now here's my bonus tip. Play from left locator. Because I personally want my spacebar to always start playing from the playhead, which you need to set here, turn off play from cycle, so I can always place the playhead and start with the spacebar. Then I use Shift Spacebar to play from selection when I want to do that. So let's say I have this selection here. Now if I press Shift Spacebar, it will start to play from here. And when I stop and press play here. And finally, sometimes I want to play from the left locator, which is here. For example, if I had selected these parts here and I want to go to here and play. Well, that you have to set up as a new key command. So simply search for play and then you have play from left locator, which I have as Shift command space. So if I use space, I start play wherever the playhead is. Shift space, I start to play where the selection point is, starts. And now Shift Command Space and it will start to play from here. This is great for quick and fast navigation, which you should truly become a master of to speed up your workflow when composing and producing music in Logic Pro X. Check out my complete video series on Logic Pro X tutorials and tips here on my channel. Learn and master Logic Pro X to boost your music composition and production workflow.